Hey, I'm Butterfly.
Hey, I'm Firefly.
Have you ever wondered if we aren't being told the truth about everything?
What have we been lied to about? Join us as we have conversations and ask questions about everything. We invite you to keep an open mind and consider the unfathomable.
Let's break the chains that enslave our minds. Come on, let's go down the rabbit hole.
What's up, Butterfly?
Hey, Firefly, what's going on?
Well, the World Cup is not just coming to America, it's coming to the northern corridor of
Mm,
America, the US, and Mexico,
in Canada.
and Canada.
It's the continent that they're trying to kind of make into one big just
We're just one big corridor.
we're just a thing. We're not really a country anymore. I'm surprised they haven't included Greenland in this event.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, they're now part of us. We
Yeah.
just assumed them.
Yeah.
That's kind of like in 1984. Remember, there was like Eurasia and
Yeah.
Oceania,
Yeah. It's like too big. Blah.
and these this big blah, and
Yeah.
it's not even a country. It's
Yeah.
just this big corridor of land,
Yeah.
and there's no culture. There's no nationalism. There's no identity. Everybody's just kind of an amalgamation.
Oh, that's a good
That's
word.
what they are.
That's so funny. You mentioned the those big continents or whatever they were in 1984 because that's exactly like what they're kind of pushing for now, right?
They
They're
totally
pushing
do.
for that exact thing that was talked about in 1984.
Down in LA, they're trying to make the counties bigger and bigger and bigger
Yeah,
so that they're because the way that our founding fathers set up America is there's supposed to be decentralized government,
right.
and every city, every county, every state has its own governance.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want that. They
No.
want to get rid of that.
Well, I think it's kind of been gotten rid of in most areas because what we saw during the cooties fiasco was how like all these orders were coming down from the top. So even like individual cities and areas were doing exactly what all the other ones were doing. They were doing what they were being told,
Yeah,
which they really shouldn't have been doing. They should have been doing their own thing. I mean, I think there were a few, but mostly it was like all these big corporations were kind of controlling what was happening too, because I think they figured out like this is a way that we can control the situation is have these big corporations they have their maniacs, their megalomaniacs at the top telling all of their minions what to do. And so they all do what they're told and they're
the triple M's of the P.
triple N's to the P, they're mini megalomaniac psychopaths. And then they tell the people below them what to do and so on and so on. And so then you end up just like with everybody doing exactly what everybody is saying. So that's why they
And
want,
that's worldwide.
yeah, that's why they want a global, like one world government.
That's what they're setting up now. They're trying to make it so that nobody can dissent. Everybody has to adopt their worldview,
Mm,
and their worldview is leading you to your death.
right.
So it's a global extermination policy, and that's what it is. And it is all about dissolving borders and making everybody comply with these protocols.
Yeah, yeah, because if they dissolve borders, then like people can't really argue that like, oh, this isn't what needs to be done in this country or whatever, because you're all just
Yeah,
one big country.
yeah. And there's going to be no way for you to raise your voice and say, hey, wait, no, that's not good for me.
Yeah,
They're going to be like, you don't get to say what's good for you. You do what we tell you.
right. So, um, as it pertains to what we started talking about, was this the World Cup is coming, but it's not just coming to one country like
It's
it
like
normally does.
it's like 20 different cities.
Yeah, like 20 different cities across the US, Mexico, and Canada.
Ooh, and I just had an idea. I
Mm,
think I know what it is. Remember the UN replacement agenda was about like displacing third world barbarians and slamming them into the first world.
Hmm.
I think this is going to be like they're not coming to watch the event. They come to movie it. They're not going to be leaving
So
afterwards.
they come supposedly to watch the event, but they actually just never leave.
They never leave.
They're like those guests that you have. Remember I told you about that guest we had that came he said he wanted to come for he was passing through town, and
Oh,
we
yeah, yeah,
invited him
yeah.
for Thanksgiving
Yeah.
dinner, and he came the day before, which was great. And then after Thanksgiving dinner, he and his girlfriend stayed, and I was like, that's totally cool, um and then the next day, like, they didn't make any move to like leave, and they stayed again, and then the next day they were still there, and actually never said anything about leaving either. They stayed for like 5 days, like never even made a comment about leaving.
And you're going, I had to do that too. This girl, I was living in this house in Tahoe, and this girl was like, "Can I just stay here until I find a job?" And I was like, "All right, no problem. You just moved to the area." And she had told me she'd had a job, and she was just going to take like maybe a week. So I said, "You're cool." 2 weeks passed, and all she was doing was sitting there taking bong rips on my couch.
Oh my God.
And I walked in and I said, "You're not doing anything. Did you even look for a job today?" She was like, "I did." I was like, "You didn't leave the house." She was like, "I know, but I've been looking really hard." And I had to be kind of a dick. I had to be like, "You got to go. You have now the countdown's on and you have to go." That's what we have to do with third world barbarians.
Right,
They come here and they can visit, but then they got to go.
right. So, they're going to be coming here for this World Cup, and I thought it was interesting that so the World Cup, it seems to me that a big event like that would be taking place like kind of basically in one central type of area, like the Olympics. They have the Olympics are in LA, so it's all around LA,
Yeah,
or they're in Tokyo, so it's all around Tokyo.
which
But
makes sense.
yeah, this is literally like in 20 cities across our country, and then like a few cities in Mexico, and then Toronto and Vancouver. So on two opposite ends of
Which makes
Canada.
me think this is about migration.
Yeah,
They have all these different cities, and these are going to be where third world barbarians are attracted to here. And under the auspices of, oh, if they're here for the World Cup, they're going to be coming here. And because Trump has closed down the border, so this is going to be like their new ploy to get third world barbarians in.
yeah. And but the underlying story of this whole thing is Ebola,
Hmm.
and probably some other stuff too, like diphtheria and maybe some hantavirus thrown in.
Yeah, they're using the World Cup for an agenda.
They're using it for an agenda, and I've already seen some fear porn on some of the news channels about how, oh my gosh, what are we going to do about the the all the people coming from all over the world, and they're going to be confined to these stadiums. Well, it's going to, when you've got like people from all over the world coming to like 35 different cities all over three different countries, it's kind of like every other day of the week, right?
I
You know what I mean?
totally.
It's not like they're all like congregating into one stadium, over the course of like a weekend. So they're making it out like all these people are going to be gathered in like one place, which, I mean, yeah, they probably will be a lot of people in these big stadiums, but
It's not going to be tourists, it's going to be migrants.
yeah, and they're putting this idea out there that, oh my gosh, you should be really scared of Ebola now because it's deadly and it's like out there and there's an outbreak, and so you're gonna probably like have to get a pokey poke, and then I'm sure you're probably gonna have to like keep your distance and wear a mask and probably get like your temperature taken, and there's going to be contact tracing and probably PCR tests,
Totally.
you know?
Totally. And like we've talked about, in order to attend the event, you'll have to be compliant with all your pokies.
Yeah.
And all these third world barbarians are going to bring all their plagues.
Hmm.
because they have sicknesses down there that we don't have anymore. We
Yeah.
eradicated them by washing our hands.
Yeah.
They're
And
just like, what? You wash your hands? It's like, yes.
yeah, just being clean.
We
Like,
actually have clean surfaces that we cook on and we have hygiene. They're just like, all of these are foreign to us,
right, like they're pushing out this big diphtheria scare now. Okay, and
which you get from
like
having poop on your hands when you eat
it's like
salad.
from dirty water, right?
It is dirty water and having poop. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like,
like
so
diphtheria, you can get if you go to India and you go to a bazaar and you order food, and the dude goes and takes a dump on the street and then comes and makes your stew and stirs it with his hand that he just wiped his butt. Then you get diphtheria. That's how you get it.
yeah, so
So they're going to bring all these third world plagues and then they're going to start spreading.
yeah,
People are going to start getting sick and they're going to be going, oh my God, you need to get your pokies.
right, because we heard that one newscaster from Australia say that um, it's like it's kind of made a comeback because of the breakdown of some people not getting their pokey pokes. So, like, people are getting diphtheria because some other people didn't get shot,
That's what they tried during
you know?
the cooties hoax.
Yeah.
They tried to say that
The people that weren't pokey poked were the
the
ones.
non-compliant ones are the culprits, and
Yeah.
you need to hate them. They're the reasons that we're having all these things. It's not third world barbarians who don't wash their hands. It's you because you didn't get your vaccine.
Yeah. And I'm starting to even wonder if, like, um, people, I mean, yes, I think diseases spread definitely like the way you said with people not being clean for sure. Like
Yeah,
cholera, I think is spread like that too. But I think a lot of this stuff like Ebola, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just being released by some like,
I think they made that in
bio
the BSL lab,
yeah,
BSL-4 lab.
yeah.
And then Ebola has an interesting backstory. It's part of like there's another one called Marburg,
Yes, Marburg. That was trying to like make an appearance during cooties
and
where you
they have
bleed
very
you bleed
similar.
from your eyes
You
and
bleed from your
you just
eyes,
like
your
drop dead.
organs all just
You
liquefy,
just drop dead in the street.
and then they love that
Yeah,
because that's trauma-based mind control.
totally.
All
Because
they got to do is tell you the symptoms.
yeah, you start hearing like, oh my God, I might start bleeding from my eyes and my organs are going to liquefy and I'm just going to drop dead while I was healthy like 10 minutes ago. And I'm like just
Yeah,
walking over to Chick-fil-A and now I'm like dead in the
you
street.
drop dead. You start flopping around on the street, and then someone films you, puts it on X, and
And
then everyone freaks out.
they're like Marburg.
Go get your Marburg shot.
Yeah,
But
when
Marburg and Ebola are both of the same, I think it's like the same strain or
the
something.
same family.
I think they worked with it,
Yeah,
BSL.
yeah.
They're like, we've been working with
The
this.
symptoms are very similar. And ironically, or coincidentally, I don't know what you want to call it, but Marburg, all the symptoms of Marburg were actually some of the side effects of the cooties pokey poke.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that lends to my theory. I think Marburg and Ebola were created in a lab,
Hmm.
and they probably injected it into some poor Kenyan black dude, and
Totally.
they're like,
Because
"Look at you."
they love experimenting on those people.
And then his eyes start bleeding and his liquefied lungs and everything, and they go, "Oh my God, everybody needs to lock down now."
Yeah.
So they'll probably have some dude with Ebola at one of the uh, World Cup
For sure.
events.
They're gonna have to because that would be like a really valuable tool in their MK Ultra mind control because
Exactly,
all they have to do is show like some poor guy like bleeding from his eyes and like dropping maybe one of the soccer players.
totally.
That would be like really
They
effective.
all got a bunch of pus coming out of their
Would
mouth.
be really
Uh,
effective.
all the crowd has pus coming out of their eyes and everything. It's called the World Pus.
Within like 15 minutes, everybody starts getting it. It's that contagious.
They show everybody just
The incubation
liquefying.
period is like 2 hours.
They're interviewing people attending the event.
They're talking to somebody. Did you have a good time today? Oh yeah, it was great. And then all of a sudden, just like bleeding out of
Their
their
eyes
eyes.
start bleeding. There's another thing I was thinking of is the World Cup is totally corrupt. Do you
Totally.
remember it's like FIFA or something like that is the name of the organization,
Yes. Yes.
and they were totally corrupt with referees fixing the games. Do you remember that?
No, I
It
don't
was a
remember.
big scandal,
Oh,
and they had all of this rigging going on with the games, and
oh,
one of the refs was involved with betting,
wow.
and
Wow.
totally, it's
Yeah.
all totally corrupt. The games are all fixed.
So it's a big like WWF
Yeah, it's like watching
event.
Hulk Hogan fight the Junkyard
But
Dog.
it brings out like the whole world and they all gather and want to watch this and they get there some of these people are like animals. Like they get really riled up over it.
Well, third world barbarians, they look at soccer as their game.
Yeah.
So they're like, this is our thing. And they're all just like overly fanatical about it.
Yeah.
They
I
had a death and they had a whole bunch of deaths at a soccer stadium. I think it was a few years ago where in the third world, they don't have the same standards for buildings that we have.
mhm.
So the upper deck literally collapsed onto the lower deck.
Oh
And
God.
it was like
There were like
millions of third world barbarians jumping up and down and stomping, and they had no concept that they
and
were causing the upper level to break.
that sounds like a really bad building, like made out of cardboard.
It was like concrete that
Ugh.
wasn't done right, and so it killed all these people. And the point is like they see. I think that people behave in a way that they go, "I hate white people, so I'm gonna really like soccer."
Hmm.
I really hate whites, so I'm going to be just adamant about soccer because white people don't really like soccer. There's some white people who are getting into it now, but
Yeah.
it's never been traditionally like I remember the LA Lasers. Do you remember them?
No.
They were, I know, you don't even remember them. They
Mm-mm.
were like a professional soccer team and they used to play at the Forum back in the 80s and the 90s.
Wow.
And I went to a game with my friend and there was like 15 people in the crowd.
Oh my God.
There's nobody there. And plus,
It's
what a snore. Watching
yeah, I
soccer is like
know.
watching grass grow.
Yeah. I mean, I think that third world people really like it because if you think about it, it's one of the few big, sports that you don't really need much equipment or
No,
any special like setting. Like anybody can just get a ball and you can like start
you can
kicking
have
it,
like 25 third world barbarian kids just in a like abandoned like construction zone
Yeah.
and you just throw them like a big rolled up paper bag and then they can all play for hours.
Right. I
It's
mean,
kind of conducive.
it doesn't really take much. So I think that's probably why it became popular in those countries.
It's so boring.
Yeah,
And
it's so
people
boring.
always try to explain to me like the subtleties of it and I just don't appreciate the game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like if you've got like some player that does all kinds of fancy tricks with his like, feet and he can like bounce it on his head and stuff like they
Like,
do,
what was that guy's name?
bend it like
Pele.
Beckham. Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Pele?
Yeah.
Pele was like
Pele.
our era.
Yeah. Or Beckham.
There was a movie with Sylvester Stallone called Victory. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
And he was in some prison camp in World War II, and they had to play soccer for the prison guards.
Hmm.
And Pele and Sylvester Stallone were in it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. But anyways, as it pertains to this though, this feels agenda. This feels agenda because FIFA is totally culture club.
Totally.
FIFA's Culture Club. They're
Totally.
totally involved with betting. And then the Culture Club is using FIFA to import millions of third world barbarians into the first world through the auspices of this World Cup event.
Yeah, and um I had a theory that, you know, what they might be doing is they might be, priming us for the next pandemic, or plague and say that it happened because of the World Cup. But I think it's possible that they may just even be like spraying whatever this plague is that they want people to have. Like it might not even actually like be spread through these people. You know what I mean?
This is the auspices. I was thinking this is a way for them to corral people into the healthcare system.
Yeah.
They're going to get a lot of people sick. All these third
Yeah.
world barbarians are going to come here and they're going to have a bunch of funky flus and colds that we're not used to. And they're going to get a lot of people sick. And a lot of people are going to go, my throat is scratchy. I'm going to go to the emergency room.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but they're going to have people, a lot of the third world people that might be using this as like their gateway into like staying here. They're going to have like rules and requirements, and those people will comply easily.
Oh yeah.
So they'll be like, you have to get like these 25 different pokey pokes, and you have to do this and that, and they'll jump through the hoops. And then anybody else who wants to go will have to follow the rules too. Because remember your Uber driver who was like, I got the Pokey Pokes because there was a band I wanted to hear playing.
I
And
really like that band.
yeah,
No.
and it wasn't even like at a big stadium or anything, was it? It was like some
It was like
cheesy,
some theater.
yeah,
I was like, dude, you sold out for so cheap, bro.
yeah.
I mean,
You didn't even
that's
get
what
a
people
donut.
do. You didn't even, I mean, dude, go get at least a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
No, but I think also the disease thing is another aspect of this because um, under the auspices of all these third world people coming in, they're gonna reveal the method and
Right.
they're gonna say, all these people have brought diseases.
Now
You
we have
need to go get
Ebola.
oculated,
Yeah.
or what do they call it? You
Inoculate.
gotta get inoculated
Yeah.
because now there's all these third world people here with these diseases
We have
and they're
Ebola
real.
and diphtheria and
Mhm.
hantavirus and probably cooties 2.0 and who knows what else.
My friend worked at this Amazon fulfillment center down in Arizona. It was
Mhm.
like this big warehouse. And there's all this pressure on those dudes to like you think, oh, that's a mellow job. No, they like you have to put the box together, send it off, put the box together, send it off, and there's like a quota and you have to keep
Oh,
going
wow.
and you have to keep up with the conveyor belt.
Oh God. That's
And
like that makes me think about that
I
Lucy.
Love
Remember I
Lucy.
Love Lucy when she was
It's
trying to
totally
like
that.
get the chocolates in the box and she couldn't
She
keep
starts
up.
eating
She
them.
starts eating 'em.
That's the Amazon fulfillment center. So, anyways, he told me they got this big fulfillment center with a bunch of employees, and there's one bathroom.
Mm.
And there was all these Indian dudes that worked there, and he went into the bathroom after the one Indian dude, and the Indian dude had took a dump in the sink and a shower in the sink, and he didn't know. He didn't know.
Did
He's
it
like, I don't know any better. There's water coming out there. In my country, we do poop in the sink, and we also
what's
take a shower.
what does he think the toilet's for?
I've never seen one of
Probably
those.
washing his face or something.
I shit in the sink. I shit in the street. I don't know what a toilet is.
Oh my God. Can you
So,
imagine what his house looked like?
God, if I
Uh,
shit's in the living room,
yeah.
you know,
Or
but
in the bathtub.
uh, God.
Ugh.
So these people come. They have not been trained in basic hygiene.
Yeah.
So that's I think this FIFA thing is. It's fiefdom. They're a fiefdom. They're bringing all these third world barbarians who have no idea how to live in the first world. And they're not going to come here to watch these games. Did you see that big list of cities?
Yeah.
They're coming here to migrate.
Yeah. I mean, there's something sus about that. Like to have this event take place at like literally every major city in our country.
Hmm.
So you're spanning like, an entire continent of cities, like from, West Coast to East Coast, North and South. I mean, that's like 3,000 miles apart. And then you've got Mexico and Canada. I mean, where's the cohesiveness? Like, shouldn't it
Yeah.
just be kind of in a centralized area?
This is an expansion of the white replacement UN agenda.
Mm-hmm.
This is an expansion of it. What Trump does is he placates his base by saying, I have stopped all illegal immigration. But
So this won't be illegal.
this is not illegal. Now they're going to just use this as a way to import millions
Oh
more.
my God, that's such a good point. It's like, okay, so he's just opened the floodgates and it's not called illegal
It's not illegal
immigration.
immigration now, it's
It's
FIFA.
it's yeah, it's the World Cup
Yeah, exactly.
coming to Oceania
So
or
exactly.
Eurasia.
It's the big group of blech that they're all coming to. And that's what I think it is. I think they're all going to come here under the auspices of the World Cup and it's mass migration. But it's also go get your vaccines.
Right. Go comply.
Hmm.
Go comply with whatever it is. So When does this event take place? It's between June and July, right?
June and July. So it's coming up.
Yeah, so it's over the course of about a month, a little over a month, which I mean, that doesn't seem like very long for like all these like 25 different cities, but I don't know. I guess it's
I
like
have no
a
intention
lot
of
of
even
different
watching one of
teams.
the events.
No, I have no interest.
Dude, I had to watch it before. I had people that were, in my circle making me watch.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I would rather have my fingernails ripped out than watch a soccer game. I hate soccer. It's so annoying.
I know.
Plus, the announcers are like, "Goal!" Have you ever heard them?
No.
If you ever watch a soccer game when they finally score, first of all, scoring very rarely takes place.
Yeah. So
And
you could
then
watch like hours and nobody scores.
everyone's just running back and forth.
Yeah.
And then somebody finally scores, and you can't understand the announcers. It's always like, goal. And then he'll say goal for like a minute and a half.
My God. They must have to go to special training for that.
They go to special
Like
training.
auction guys,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it totally is on demand. And who knows, maybe that's mind control.
Yeah.
Maybe goal, and then they go ahead and get into like a
You're
spell
like
now.
hypnotized now.
So now they get like they just like wander like through the streets like rats. Who knows? But I think there's something nefarious going on with this. First of all, I didn't get asked about whether we not want to host the World Cup.
Yeah.
It wasn't put to me like, "Hey, how do you feel about having a bunch of third world barbarians come here to watch a soccer game?" I don't like that. I don't like soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer sucks, and I don't want millions of third world barbarians with their diseases and their third world way of life and their ignorance coming here. But see, nobody runs things by me. I get pissed about that.
Yeah. They should run things by us,
Why don't
Firefly,
they do that?
because we would like, I think we would organize this country a lot better. We have good ideas.
If you guys let me run the world, everything would be so awesome. It'd be awesome for third world people too.
Yeah.
I would totally take care of third world people. I would just say, look,
You stay in your third world.
make the third world
You
the
eat your
first world.
cockroach.
You stay there. No, I would say instead of everybody moving to America
And making it disgusting.
and ruining here,
Yeah.
let's have education of third world people to make your country resemble America.
Right. At least become second world
The
instead of
second
third
world,
world,
over time, you
whatever
guys
that
could
is.
maybe graduate into the first world,
Yeah.
but you have to change your behavior and you have to learn how to live. You have to learn how to create
See
systems.
that I don't think they really want that though. I don't think they want us going into their countries and changing their way of life,
Mm-mm.
which is fine. But they shouldn't come here with their cultures and ideas and then try to change this place to make it
Especially,
like there, you know?
it'd be like if I couldn't shoot under 100 in golf and I go up to a dude who's like a scratch player and I start telling him to adopt like my shitty grip and my quick swing and lifting up all the time. And I go, dude, do what I do, you know? And it's like, you'll be able to shoot 100 like me. No,
That
dude, I'm doing excellent. You come and emulate me.
that's kind of what they're doing in schools now though. They're trying to
Dumb down.
yeah, dumb down all of the smart kids so that they're at the dumber kids level.
Totally. Well, I don't think you need to be a Phi Beta Kappa to play soccer.
I don't think
You
so.
can be freaking retarded and play
Yeah,
that
you
game.
just have to go back and forth and like get it in the net, right?
Which can be
Yeah,
challenging.
you have to be fast.
I played soccer when I was 5 years old. That was the last time I played soccer. I was on a team and I kept catching the ball. Every time the
Uh,
ball came, I'd catch it.
uh,
And then the coach had to go, no, no, in this game, you only feet. And I was like, that
it's dumb,
sucks.
right? Yeah, I know. We're probably gonna offend soccer fans because I know a lot of people really do like it, and I'm sure there's reasons why. I mean, I didn't like a lot of sports that I now appreciate, but yeah, I always thought that seemed dumb when I was a kid too. I was like, why can't you use your hands? Like we've got hands here. Why can't we use them?
Yeah,
That seemed dumb to me. Like
it's so
I was
stupid.
like, what's the point?
Why
Like
you could
you're
you
just
could play
making this
soccer, you could have
difficult.
no arms and be
Yeah,
a soccer
yeah,
player.
Like you just like came up with some rule to make it like difficult, like don't use your hands even though you got them.
Exactly. Plus, what's that one lesbian with purple hair? She plays soccer and she's annoying.
She was so vile.
She's another reason to hate soccer. What's
That
her name? Raponi?
that's actually probably one of the reasons why I really don't like soccer. I'm not kidding you.
She's so
She's
obnoxious.
so just repulsive, and like her attitude towards that what did she do? She was didn't she like throw a big fit or something
She
about
came out about Trump.
yeah,
So many of them.
she threw like some big fit about it though, didn't she?
Yeah.
She made like a big scene, and it's like, and then she was all up in arms about
And then they
like,
lost.
yeah, like about how the women should get paid more and stuff.
Oh, that's right. That
Yeah.
was her thing.
Yeah.
Women should get paid. Well, let's look at that. Let's unpack that. How many people watch women's soccer as opposed to men's soccer? I
Yeah.
saw the statistics because it was during that time. There's a huge gulf between how many people watch women's soccer and how many people watch men's
Yeah.
soccer. So, men's soccer is more popular, there's more revenue, and so the players get paid more.
Right.
It's very simple,
Yeah.
but she's just like, it's patriarchy.
Right.
That's keeping me down.
Right.
I want to be a lesbian. Have you noticed all these lesbians, they don't look like sensual, sexy women that you want to go curl up next to and kiss and like hump. They look all sticky and like they look like they're made out of wood or something. They just don't look cuddly.
I think that's why they're lesbians.
They are. They're just not cuddly looking. You
Yeah.
don't want to be near them.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like mean and
Angry.
angry and sinewy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what their bodies are like. Like she's all sinewy.
Yeah.
Like even if I was super horny and like I was on a desert island, she was like begging me to have sex just to spread the human race has to be repopulated. I don't think I could do it.
I don't think she'd probably want to though
And
either.
she's like, I like girls. The pony? Is that her name?
I think
What was her name?
something like that. I think though my I had a theory about them that we talked about before. I think most of them actually secretly want to be with men, but they've had issues, and so they
Well,
feel
my
safer
what
with
I
the
I guess
girls.
I didn't finish my point. My point is the reason she looks like that is because her mentality. I think that people's mentality shapes their physical form.
Mm,
And she's just like, I'm really hateful. And
mm-hmm,
so it makes me kind of sinewy and wooden looking. And
mm,
it doesn't look cuddly.
yeah,
So, anyways, she's another reason I hate soccer.
yeah. She was a bad image for that sport.
Ugh.
She kind of disappeared too. Have you noticed?
Yeah. She got voted off the reality show. I think
Yeah,
she played a role.
she had her 15 minutes, and now she's off.
She was like Lindsey Vonn. She
Yeah.
came out and she was like, fuck Trump. And then I broke my hand. So, you know, what's going to happen is we're going to have it's not going to be any different than any other day in Southern California.
No,
There's going to be a whole shit ton of like third world barbarians
right.
coming here like they own the place,
Yeah.
filled with this diphtheria, or what's it called?
Diphtheria. Probably have tetanus and
Totally.
what's the thing that the dogs supposedly get?
Rabies.
Distemper. Oh, rabies too. I was thinking distemper, whatever that is. See, I don't think like I've gotten very skeptical. I don't even think any of these diseases actually really
Probably not.
exist in real life. Like I think they're all made up, and they're made up to scare us. I think they do create things in labs, but I think that they put it out there and they make people sick, and then they create the fear porn to try to like whip everybody up into this frenzy about like, oh my God, this is so deadly and dangerous. I have to go get a pokey poke,
Mhm.
you know,
I think that's it. I think that's totally it.
including animals. Like I
Totally.
think they have been over poking cats and dogs for a long time. Like
Well, when I look
how
at
many how many animals are getting rabies? Like
Never seen an animal
I
rabies.
I have never heard anybody say that they've ever seen like a rabid like raccoon or whatever.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like I just don't think that
I was thinking
that's
about
happening.
uh this song came on early. Have you ever heard that song by Queen? It goes, "Find me somebody to
Yeah.
love." And I was thinking about Freddie Mercury. He's a
Yeah.
singer from Queen.
Yeah. Did he die of
He
AIDS or
Well,
whatever?
that was the thing. He
Yeah.
died of quote unquote AIDS.
Yeah.
And I don't think AIDS exists.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that he got given some gnarly drugs that killed him slowly, and
Mm,
they called it AIDS.
right.
And he was because he was in the culture club, he totally sold his soul to be famous. So what happens is the culture club betrays you.
Right.
When you go join the culture club, you will get betrayed. I think his betrayal was he got injected with AZT,
Mm-hmm.
and then he died slowly of AZT in front of the whole world on camera.
Right.
And they said, "Oh, see how AIDS is
He's
so bad."
he's gay and he's dying of AIDS.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that could be the gist of all these diseases.
Yeah.
Because everything is just what they tell us.
Right. Exactly.
And when I see a big stadium full of brown third world people, I already start feeling like I want to take a shower. And then, they can just say, "By the way,
Ebola.
dude, one of your neighbors has like bleeding eyes. You better go." And
And really it's just pink eye.
he got injected.
Yeah.
What if they inject you at the stadium?
Mm.
That could be what's going on.
They might say no entrance without this
Yeah.
pokey poke.
And instead of it being a vaccine that protects you from anything, it's actually injecting you with gnarly.
What if it's like not something that comes through a needle into your skin, but like it's some kind of like squirt, like a gas that just like you just inhale as you walk through,
People would probably
you know?
submit to it
Yeah.
because people are so quick to comply. They would probably say, "No, no, 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 you need this. This is a new kind of vaccine.
Oh
It's
my
gas
gosh.
and liquid."
Oh my gosh. I just had like this weird vision.
Like
You know, you know,
everyone walking through
I
a big
get those
entrance with
visions.
gas falling on them.
Yeah, you know how they're putting this like facial recognition stuff everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
And they have it like last time I went to Dodger Stadium, which is another like hellhole. Um, I remember they had like the lines to get in. They had one that was like, or a few of them that were like, I forgot what they called it. It was like quick pass or something like that. It was like fast entry. And to go through those lines, it was supposedly going
It's
to
kind of like how I have sex.
it's supposed to get you in faster. And
Get
so
you in faster and
get
then
get you in faster. And so
done with the ride.
people people were like rushing over to this thing, but it was you had to do facial recognition. And they're putting facial recognition in everywhere. Anyway, I didn't go through that line. I went through the regular line and I actually like went ahead of a lot of those people that were going that way. And I thought, why is it faster to scan my face than it is to scan a ticket? Like, shouldn't the paper ticket with the barcode be actually faster than like recognizing my face? But they're trying to get people all accustomed to this facial recognition thing, which they're going to start using more and more. And all you have to do is say no. But I just had this vision like, what if they have like this facial recognition thing at the World Cup, and as you're complying to facial recognition, they're like telling you that they're gonna like have this little like gas come out, and people will just comply to that, and they'll just like squirt this little gas in your
Oh,
face at the same time.
totally.
So
Totally.
they'll have a facial recognition of people like the look on their face after they're receiving the gas.
And I just thought of the name of the new event that's coming.
What?
It's the Third World Cup.
The Third World Cup. I love it.
Come to the
I
Third World Cup.
love it.
Because what they'll do too with facial recognition is when they scan your face, AI also will monitor all of the data that they have on you from surveillance and your medical records.
So your digital ID will be hooked to that.
So AI will probably flag certain people like you and I, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
"This person has no vaccines at all," and then they'll just come and like,
They'll be like, "You've got diphtheria, Ebola, hantavirus,
"Ooh,"
and distemper."
a drone just comes and like shoots you and like gives
Just
you a shot.
you go through a line like they do with the guys that join the army, where it's
Yeah,
like a just like a
a
line of
battery of shots.
shots, like they're in a factory, and they just like
It's
like
like a conveyor
it's
belt,
a conveyor belt of
a
vaccines.
battery of injections that you
Mm.
just go into the Third World Cup with. So that you come home from the Third World Cup and you go, dude, I feel totally sick. And it's like, wow, because you're around a bunch of sick Third World barbarians, but actually they shot you up with something.
Yeah, but now you're protected, just like that.
You're protected
Like
now.
just
You
like
got a
that. You
vaccine.
got your vaccine 2 hours ago, so you're totally like safe from all these like various diseases.
Or they could do too. You know how sometimes at big events they'll have like F-16s cruise over the whole
Oh
stadium?
yeah, they could just like gas everybody. You know how like they'll sometimes have like the red, white, and blue like gas that comes out of the
Yeah,
it'll be
everyone
like
thinks it's part of the show.
the red will be like Ebola, the white will be like
Ah, girl,
hantavirus, and the
yeah.
blue will be like some other cooties, diphtheria.
They show it on the news, and it's like you see people all cheering as the F-16s go over, and then all of a sudden their eyes start bleeding, and they're just like bleeding out.
Oh
Maybe
my
it's a big extermination program.
totally.
The Third World Cup. So what's the white pill? Is there a white pill for this one?
Oh my God. Well, like just don't go.
Don't go, obviously. Don't go. But I think we might be at the point now where we need to raise our voice and say, I don't want to live in a one world government that's a third world hell.
Right.
I think that's what they're kind of pushing us towards.
That's what they
It's one world and everybody compliant with this third world mentality.
Yeah, and we're all just like one big stew.
Hmm. One big stew, and you're also supposed to forget your first world sensibilities.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to check those at the door now
Yeah, totally.
because it's kind of
Along
like
with your
idiocracy. They're like, dude, you're saying stuff all smart. You sound like a fag.
yeah, yeah, along with all of your Christian and family values,
You
you
abandon
know.
those.
We had to abandon those a long time ago.
Christian family values, those are first world and it's patriarchal and it's
Capitalism.
capitalism. You know what it is? It's what's the word that they use when you don't want any foreigners? Xenophobic.
Oh yeah, you're
And your
xenophobic.
Christianity is xenophobic, bro.
Hmm.
You need to adopt our third world sensibilities.
So this is that
That's what it is.
yeah,
Adopt their values.
that
That's what I've always kind of felt like the Culture Club is insisting.
that
You adopt our
yeah, that
values.
brings up another like a really good point because it's like how um the the crazy people that like, they are trans and they think that they can be born one gender and then just decide to change it to another gender and then they're suddenly that other gender. And how they want like everybody else to adopt their psychoses. They want everybody else to go along with
Excuse
their
me,
mental
it's
problem.
ma'am.
Yeah, I mean,
And the guy was mad, dude. He was like, it's ma'am. If you call me sir one more time, we're gonna go outside.
oh,
So
that's so ladylike.
that's exactly. I don't care if I'm in a dress and I got blush on. I'll take you outside, bro. You call me ma'am. So it's like you have to participate in their psychosis. They
Yes.
insist.
So, like, the same thing with the third world stuff. Like, why should we have to adopt their way of life?
Dude,
You
it
know?
doesn't it make sense? Like, okay, if you are extremely healthy and you're hanging out with your friend and he's morbidly obese, he's going to Fridays because he's obese, impotent, and bald
Oh,
and
great.
depressed.
Well, if he's all of those things, he will be depressed.
So your friend, you're in great shape. You get rock hard on demand, and you feel great, you're happy, you feel good, and you're hanging out with your friend who's fat, bald,
Impotent.
impotent, and depressed, but you have to adopt his lifestyle.
Oh,
That's what's imposed upon you by the teachers and the bosses.
yeah.
You need to be more like your chubby friend,
Yeah.
not the opposite.
Right.
That's what's going on. These third world people, they should be admiring our first world
Exactly. Like,
and assimilating into it.
isn't that why they want to come here?
No.
See, that's what's weird. Like if I desired to move to another country, I think it would be because I really liked the culture. I liked, the landscape. I liked the food. I liked the people.
Mhm.
And I would think that I would be moving there because I wanted to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like that. I wanted that to be my lifestyle.
Like,
I
what if
would
I moved
move
to
there.
Karachi? It's all Indian dudes or whatever. I don't even. Is Karachi in India?
I don't even know where that
Let's
is.
say I moved to some Delhi. Maybe I moved to Delhi.
Delhi
Okay.
or
So I moved to
Nepal.
Delhi and I go, how come everybody is brown? I want to see more white people like me here.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
I'm so annoyed that there's no white people here. And how come no one's speaking English? And how come I can't find a McDonald's? And how come when I
Mm,
look at the parliament here, it's all brown people? That's kind of how these people are.
yeah.
They come here and they demand us to just like roll out the red carpet for them.
And change our ways.
We're supposed to abandon our ways and just be like, like Ilhan Omar.
Yeah,
She's like, I hear her in interviews kind of saying, I'm here to make this country good. It's been so evil. Well, go live in Somalia then. If this country's evil,
I know.
go frickin'
Why is
stay in
she here?
Somalia.
Yeah,
So the third World Cup is kind of like that. The other thing too is it's foisted on us like we're supposed to watch it.
I know. Yeah, that's interesting. Like suddenly now this is should be part of our culture. And
It never has been.
I think because there are so many third world people living here now, it's getting more popular here. You know what
Totally.
I mean?
Like if you go around town and you see these kids' soccer games, they're chock full of just like new people. I think it's become the new thing, and it is. It's third world. We're abandoning our first world sports, which are, dude, I would so much rather watch an NBA game than a soccer game.
Totally.
Oh my God. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy golf, but I cannot watch an event of golf. Have you ever tried to watch golf on TV?
Well, that's kind of like the thing that you put on a Sunday afternoon after
Yeah,
when you've been out late on Saturday night and you want to take a nap.
you're taking a nap. Yes.
It's very like slow and peaceful, and the announcer's like, "Okay, now
That's
he's
the thing about soccer is there's like this manic tension to
manic,
it.
very manic."
So you can't ever relax watching it.
No,
It's almost like you just get hammered with third world people and watch it. And they get all excited.
very excited.
I mean, dude, I was married to a Brazilian chick. My ex-wife was Brazilian.
Hmm.
So I was over there in Newark, New Jersey with all the Brazilians. Dude, Newark, New Jersey, at least part of it is all Brazilian. You feel like you're in a third world country.
That's
It's
interesting.
all like Ecuadorians and Brazilians.
That's interesting that they would congregate there
I
because
know.
you'd think they would all be in California, right?
Well, they're here too.
Yeah.
But the thing that was funny is like it was a full-on third world community. Like
Oh,
I felt like I was in a third world country. But we're watching soccer, and that year Brazil and Colombia played,
hmm.
and
Rivals.
they were rivals. And then Brazil got their asses handed to them,
Hmm.
like 7 goals to nothing.
Wow.
And people were like killing themselves. Like it was
Oh
like
my God.
morbidly depressing for the people.
They're
Their
so
identity is all bound up in it and
they're
shit.
so into it.
They're like that over in England too, with like I can't remember the names of the teams in that league they have over there, but they get all into it.
Into soccer?
Yeah.
Oh,
They get all into soccer in England.
wow.
Like that's that Pink Floyd song where he goes, "Think about me a football team."
Oh,
They call it football,
yeah.
and they get all into it, and it becomes their like identity. And I just think it's a lame sport, and I think it has a lame culture. It's got a lame culture of like violence. Like some of these games will erupt into riots.
Totally.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Just like full on, full scale riots, kind of
Yeah.
like at the Dodger game where
Yeah.
the guy wore the Giants jersey and he gets pile drivered on the stairs in the parking lot.
Oh my God, it's scary first of all to even go to that place. It's a total hellhole.
Dodger Stadium is
Dodger
gnarly now.
Stadium. But if you go there and wear the other team's jersey, which I have done several times, it's like terrifying.
It's terrifying.
It's
People are like going to
terrifying.
threaten you for that.
Yeah.
That's not a recreational event that we're all enjoying.
No.
That's become some weird mind control.
Yeah, and actually, like, as I've gotten to learn the game of baseball so well over the last few years, I think it really is a cool, like, all-American sport. Like, baseball is like an
It
all-American,
totally is.
like, you
It was
go,
invented here.
you sit there, you have a hot dog, you have lemonade or beer, whatever, and it just feels very, like, American.
It's so funny. Have you ever watched the baseball documentary by Ken Burns?
Um, I don't know. I've seen a few of them.
Dude, you should
Is it
watch it. It's
okay?
really good. He did a really good documentary on the Civil War back in like the early 90s,
Uh-huh.
and it was incredible.
Yeah.
But he's this weird, like Rob Reiner, where he comes out and he makes all these comments about Trump, Ken Burns, the
Oh,
documentarian,
uh-huh.
which is weird because he seems like he's historically neutral and but
Yeah.
he's a total leftist,
He's
and
got to
that's why
throw
he
that
gets
in there.
and I think that's why he's the historian that's chosen by the Culture
Oh,
Club.
of course.
So he's able to go and paint the picture.
Yeah.
But one of the things that was funny, I thought it was funny, he was portraying it as look at how far we've come as America. They did not let blacks play baseball. When
Yeah.
it first started, it was all white.
They had separate teams. They had
Totally.
black teams that played only like in their areas.
And when they let it wasn't Jesse Owens, it was Frank Robinson, or what was his name? Was it Frank Robinson? He was the first black guy to like break the barrier.
I don't know the name of the guy that did that.
I, it's Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
And
Yeah.
they named the stadium in UCLA baseball is named after him.
Yeah.
So when Jackie Robinson became the first black player in the majors, there were coaches that were up in arms about it.
Oh.
So that makes me like baseball more because it's totally American and they didn't want any foreign influence. They didn't even want blacks. And now when you watch baseball, they've got like the Dominican Republic has become like this third world like baseball machine
It totally.
where they just train these kids from the time they're little kids to go be
They
pros.
take these kids when they're like, yeah, little kid, like little league age, and start getting them on the track to become pros, and they lie about their ages
Mhm.
and everything to try to like get them like sent off to America sooner so that they can like be in the MLB. It's
Well, we should go back to
crazy.
being it's all white. You have to be white to play baseball.
Or like maybe like it's all American. You have to be an
American. You got to be
American.
an American. It's
You
America's
know,
game. That's
it's
cool. If you're black or whatever, you have to be here.
yeah, it does seem weird how now we have these people from all different
Japan,
countries.
dude, the Dodgers
The
like a bunch of Japanese dudes.
the Japanese players are starting to actually take over now too. It's like Dominican Republic and Japan.
Yeah,
Those two countries
it's
are
not America's game anymore,
no,
you know?
but it is still an all American kind of game,
It's totally football too. It's all
Yeah.
American basketball too. All three of those pillars,
Yeah.
they were all created here in America. They've got Americanism that just drips off them. As much as America, I loathe it now. I still kind of get nostalgic for
The old days.
the Bud Light commercials and the
Oh, me,
cheerleaders, and
yeah.
it was like,
The Budweiser Clydesdales.
yeah.
Yeah, they used to have those really cool commercials with the big horses.
When I was a kid, I enjoyed sports. American sports wasn't this disgusting institution that's become now.
It's become disgusting because it's corrupt, and I think most of the games are rigged. And then also, you know what's really gross too?
Oh yeah.
They're allowing betting. So you can like bet on like remember like even just a few years ago that was illegal and some of the players got kicked out for doing that.
Totally.
But now it's like, oh, you can bet on like the baseball game. And then they like if you're watching a game on TV, there's commercials for it. Like, oh, you can, get onto this
Which
app or
makes it
whatever.
fixed because all
Yeah.
that money in gambling only
Yeah.
means that they buy off players to throw the games. So you're not watching anything organic. It used to be like Pete Rose, remember Pete Rose was one of the best hitters ever, and he got kicked out of the Hall of Fame because he gambled. He was a manager, and he was found gambling on his team.
Wow.
And just that one infraction got him kicked out of the majors forever. And Shoeless Joe Jackson back in 1919, the Black Sox
Yeah.
scandal, they were kicked out.
Yep.
Now, I think they just, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Everything's in like the other thing that pissed me off about sports was the way the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA all capitulated to those people lives matter.
And not only that, but they capitulated to the cooties
The
fiasco.
cooties, no one in the crowd.
Nobody in the crowd, and then it was like, oh, all the players have to go get the pokey pokes,
Yeah,
and
they had like there was this one player for the Indiana Pacers, I can't remember his name, but he refused to get the pokies
yeah,
and it was a huge scandal.
yeah. It's
They
like,
were like, "Well,
why?
you can't play at the LA arena."
Why is that a huge scandal? Like everybody should have a choice. And, I thought it was great that he spoke up because more of them should have said, yeah, I'm not going to do it either, because I think a lot of them probably didn't, but they just didn't say anything.
But that was when I started to like now my mom and dad, my dad before he passed away and my mom to some degree still, and my sister even, they're all into sports.
Hmm.
And I protest sports now because of that.
Yeah.
The institution of professional sports proved themselves to be in the culture club.
Exactly, because they are another one of those corporations that's pushing agendas and they can force it. Like I've mentioned this so many times, but like you go to one of these events, even like minor league or even kids stadiums, they're not taking cash at any of these places. So you're like trapped in these places. They don't allow you to
So
bring
that's
stuff
another.
in.
I bet at the Third World Cup, the Third World Cup,
Yeah.
you won't be able to buy anything with cash at
No.
any of those
You'll
events.
probably have to just use your digital ID, and you'll have to be have facial recognition. Like they're gonna make the parameters smaller and smaller of what you can do and what you can use at these things, and people will comply at events like that because they're kind of like hostage, to some point. You're stuck there for a couple hours, and you paid to get in. Now you're thirsty.
Especially
Oh,
if the
great.
third world people coming from thousands of miles away, making like a pilgrimage here,
Yeah,
they're going to do anything they have to do to get in,
totally.
including take
And
vaccines.
and once a big group of people goes along with tyranny like that, then it's just adopted. It's just accepted as like this is how it's going to be from now on.
They're never going to push back on the tyranny
No.
because the tyrants are giving them special privileges.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't want to rock the boat.
Hmm.
So, what is white pill for this one? I think white pill is stay away from the third World Cup. And what we have to do is we have to stand up for sovereignty. We have to stand up for first world identity. We have to stand up for Western civilization because Western civilization is plummeting and it's being kicked. Like Western civilization is like a, you ever heard that term, kicking a dead horse?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
They're soccer. They're playing soccer and they're kicking the dead horse.
Right.
Maybe that's the ball. The
Yeah.
soccer ball in Third World Cup is the
Totally.
dead horse of
Yeah.
Western civilization that they're kicking.
Yeah.
I think so. What we have to do, the white pill, is um, don't fall for the trauma-based mind control of all the third world barbarian plagues that they're going to bring because that's going to be a news story in Yahoo. You'll read it and they'll be like, diphtheria is out there now, and
Yeah.
so is black plague. You need to get
And it
into
was
your vaccines.
and it was spread at the World Cup.
The World Cup spread it,
Yeah.
so
And and they're not going to say like what city it was in. It was just like
no.
it was just the World Cup. Like it happened there.
Out of the World Cup came gnarly Ebola. We've had people who liquefied their lungs and their eyes are bleeding. So you better go get a shot. And they'll traumatize these people.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
look at, we've talked about this too. Americans are ripe for mind control right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's terrified from cooties. They haven't really come out of it. The economy's in the tank. So everyone's terrified about their money situation. Everybody has been trauma based mind controlled when they come out and they have all these third world barbarians come in, the news is going to be chock full with new cooties that you need to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm.
So don't fall for that. That's one white pill. The other white pill is stand up for America, stand up for whites, stand up for Western civilization because that's under attack. And the third World Cup is an attack on all of that.
Good point.
You think?
Yeah.
Any other white pills that you prescribe? Are
Um,
you going to be attending the events?
I won't be.
I don't,
No.
dude, you couldn't pay me to go sit around some third world people. Can you imagine how bad like the person next to you probably smells? I wonder if instead of like hot dogs and popcorn, he's got like curry. He's like, "Hello, you can sit by me.
They
I've
have
got my curry."
they have like what's the stuff called that they shave off the
Shawarma.
shawarma. Yeah,
They
big
have big
shawarma.
shawarma, or you can go get a chimichanga. You know? You can't get wait, I wanna get a
Taquitos
Dodger dog and
and
a beer.
shawarma.
Yes, yes.
We have
No.
a falafel with
Mhm.
with a refried beans inside.
Yes. You can have garbanzo bean falafel, and you can have a shawarma, and you can have a gyro.
Yeah,
That was what you can have now.
gyro,
You have a gyro.
gyro, but we like to serve it with guacamole.
Yes, yes. And you go, I want to get some Cracker Jacks and I want to get some one of those little drumsticks. Like they remember they used to have drumsticks
Oh, really?
at the Dodger game.
I didn't know that.
They used to sell drumsticks. The dude
In
would come walking
Oh,
through and he would sell the
interesting.
drumsticks.
Huh.
And remember drumsticks? They were ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream. I thought you were talking about like chicken.
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay,
The
okay.
dude would
Yeah,
come
yeah,
down
yeah.
with the big
Yeah,
cooler and he would sell drumsticks.
yeah.
Now you go, I want a drumstick, Dad, and he'd be like, well, all they have is what are those things that they churros? They just have churros,
Yeah.
or you can get flan. You want a thing of flan, son? Sure.
Yeah.
And then some, and all the dudes that are walking around vending the stuff,
Yeah.
they're gonna be trannies. And they're gonna be, excuse me, it's ma'am. And the dad, that one dad and his son, they'll be at the soccer game.
Yeah, for sure.
And he'll be like, son, do you see him? He's fine.
Hmm.
This is the new reality. He's a tranny, and this third world spectacle, this is good. This is what you want to embrace this third world spectacle.
Oh my gosh.
So that's the white pill. The white pill is do not attend the third world cup.
No.
And
Stay home and stay out of the traffic.
don't let us become Oceania and
I know.
Eurasia.
Yeah.
That's the other white pill. We have to stand up for saying, no, 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 no. We want Western civilization.
Exactly.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
I'll talk to you
All
later.
right. We'll talk soon.
Bye.